Hello and welcome back, everybody. I am Lone Wolf Hero, and today we are back on Western Wilds for our $100 million challenge. We finally got all of the new fields made and limed, so they are actually ready to plant. So we've got four new fields all through the north here, and I bought a ton of stuff. I may have made a mistake and bought a little bit too much. We are up to over $500,000 for purchases now for this month for equipment alone. We're burning through cash pretty fast. And I still have to get seed and fertilizer to keep planting, because we don't really have enough to plant. So, here is all of the new equipment. I know it doesn't really look like much when you look at it like this, but it was over $500,000. We've got a brand new large Steiger tractor. We've got a very large planter that will actually plant both your normal planting crops and your normal seeding crops. So it'll plant anything pretty much. And I did pick up a sprayer. Now, we don't have any weeds right now because everything's been plowed, but that's kind of been hurting the precision farming bonuses, which is why we're only down at 45 environmental score right now, because it is putting us at 15 on weed control. Nitrogen's pretty bad as well, just because we haven't gone through a cycle yet, and because we did screw up, or I did screw up a little bit on this strip right here where I actually started planting before I did our survey. So everything's been surveyed this time. Everything's been limed. We are ready to plant, but I figure if I can go through and fake it out to think we did weed control on all these fields, it'll at least give us a bit more bonus on all of that. So, brand new tractor, and it's going to run the seeder back. This one is electric. This is the Hurlman it's the E1 motor. I don't remember exactly which mod it is. I'll have to link that down in the description. I'll probably forget, so if you guys are interested, just leave a comment asking exactly which tractor this was, and I will update it. But let's fill this up right now. There we go. And I've got a crop sensor on the front because we are actually going to need to fertilize separately now. The seeder that we picked up, let me just get that out of the way. The seeder that we picked up does not have fertilizer in it. So the plan is we will run the small seeder and fertilizer. We'll get the smaller fields knocked out with a worker, starting from smallest and kind of working our way up. And then the new big one is going to start on the largest field and hopefully get the second largest as well over there at like 13, 14, 23, 24. I really wish I had a way of just naming these fields. Maybe I'll have to just do a screenshot and make my own map so that these fields can all be named and I know what I'm talking about where. Because going by multiple numbers is kind of confusing, and I can't really go by just one field number for them because I've got it spread out over multiple fields. It almost makes me think I should just cut it up and just do one field per plot, but then I'm going to have some really odd fields, so I don't think that'll work. Alright, I've got 10,000 each of seed and fertilizer. I'm also going to pick up more fertilizer right off the bat here, because we're going to be using the spreader for our fertilizer, and 10,000 won't even fill up that spreader. So the plan is to go ahead and fill up a brand new global crate here with fertilizer. Please let me fill the right thing. Good, it's filling the right thing. Okay, we'll get that filled up with fertilizer. I'll shut off the engine and leave it there right now so we don't keep burning the gas. We'll get that filled with fertilizer. We're going to use the electric tractor to do all of our fertilizing. We'll run it through right after we've planted with that large tractor, which is why we need the crop sensor, because at least that way it'll be a little bit better and hopefully give us a little better bonus on that as well. But we might as well head off to the left, well, top right side of the map here. northeast corner and trick it into thinking that we've weeded these 2 fields. So we will go ahead and unfold. And this does have the spot sprayer on it and is filled with herbicide. So maybe if I just run across it here partially. I don't believe I have to do the entire field if I remember right, because we don't have any weeds. So we're going to try just kind of... Yeah, and I still can't hire a worker. We're just going to drive across this field, drive into the next field, and hopefully that will have counted. In fact, you know what? I know how we can figure it out. Weed control, 16.4. Alright, so at the very least it's done something. Let me see once I get a little bit further here if it ups it any more to know if I have to cover the entire field. Because I'm really not sure on that. A little bit further. 16.4. Alright, so I think I just need to do a small portion on each field because I don't have weeds anyway, so therefore going over it at all should have us cleaned out. Now let's run over to the next field here. We are still burning through cash buying up fertilizer. Yeah, that's really burning through. I should probably stop that. Okay. Back over to our fertilizer. Not fertilizer, weed killer. Herbicide sprayer. And just get this field real quick. And what we're going to do this time, because like I said, we're at 16.4. I want to just turn this on and barely even touch this field. Okay. So that already jumped us up to 17.9, which would be about the same amount that it jumped just with the 15.4. Okay. Alright, so let's fold our sprayer here. Come on. There we go. And I don't believe I can tell a worker to take it back because last time I tried that, it kind of just went all the way up to the top for no real reason. I think just because of the way the pathing is set up. Well, that's interesting. Oh, is that where I had that tree, maybe? No, that's not where the tree was. I don't know why it didn't plant right there. It was over there. That's alright. We're not actually going to be keeping this field the way it is. This field's going to get turned into corn, so I'm not worried about having a couple little spots where it didn't plant. Everything else is going to be getting... Of course, I get a phone call right now. Alright, everything else is going to be getting planted as grass as well. Simply because of the fact that we don't have anything else we can plant. And I want to turn my time back up. I turned it down just so I could get the video started here. And I really don't want to stay on 50% of the time. We're going to go back 3 times because we should be able to get it all done today. I do have to get all these fields planted today. It is the last day of the month that I can plant grass. So, it is a little bit of a rush, but that's why we got the new seeder. I did think about buying 2 of those setups with 2 of the Steigers and... Oop, wrong one. With 2 of the Steigers and 2 planters. We'll see. There's a chance I might still do that. That came out a little over 200,000. We do have the money for it. But since I'm not really sure how much it's going to cost me right now to plant and fertilize everything, I don't really want to do that right now. We can shut that off. We're going to need to take this back, get that filled up. That seeder I'm going to fill up here before I take it all the way back down too, because might as well. We do have to wait until everything's getting seeded before we can fertilize, so we'll be able to maybe I'll do that right off the bat here. I'll get the little tractor going, fertilizing, since it'll be a worker doing it anyway. We're real close. We'll probably just use the farm all I could use the field boss to do it. The field boss is a little bit faster, but working speed on that seeder is only, I think, 11 miles an hour anyway, so it doesn't really matter if we use the farm all or field boss, so I think we're just going to do the farm. These fields aren't very far away. It's not like I have to drive forever to get it going. And I think I filled this up before I put it away the last time, but I don't quite remember. So let's see how this is doing. Nope, I did not fill it up. We'll have to fill it up. Alright, now I've created a traffic jam. You're filled. Get you out of the way. And that global crate has the last bit of lime that I was able to pull out. Create an even worse traffic jam. And unfold. 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 There we go. Walk underneath the giant pallet that's suspended in midair that I really shouldn't do, but we don't have any actual player damage in this game, so it's okay. That would be neat for the next iteration, too, for you to actually have health and have to eat, and if you hurt yourself, you actually hurt yourself. Fill. Oh, come on. A little too far. Come on. There we go. Right there. And fill. Alright, now to make our little drive over to our smallest field to start with. Right around this way. All of our greenhouses here are doing good. Olives really don't produce that many, so right now I'm just kind of building them up, and once we get a nice big portion of them, we'll start running fuel production on those. But since they really don't, they produce something like 1,500 a month, maybe 2,000 a month, which means we will get enough over time, but they're kind of just there to help out a little bit as we start up with getting some extra fuel going. I really wasn't sure if we were going to do fuel on this map or not. It doesn't always pay for itself, but there's enough lumber on here that I think we'll start doing it with lumber, and that will definitely pay off. Okay, that's going. Now let's get our big seeder here. Alright, so this is, actually says it's Case IH, but it is a Steiger if you look at the front. Well, Steiger Case IH, I suppose. But this is actually the cheapest large tractor I could find. Come on. And since we are all about making money on here, we are going with the absolute cheapest I can find. I'm also not really a huge fan of the large tractors. I really kind of prefer running that 4755 more than these, because they're also so slow. And on a huge map like this, speed is really a factor. Make sure we have the set to grass before I do anything. I know it doesn't matter when I fill it up here, but I will forget. Oh, open cover. There we go. Alright. That filled up. Save our gas while we do. And let's do it that way to get to that. We're just going to go start in that top corner. This isn't the absolute largest seeder or planter. It doesn't hold the absolute most seed. It's kind of a compromise, to be honest. It's big. It's a lot bigger than our small case. This one is, it's either 17 or 18 meters. I can't remember offhand. It's big. It's much bigger than we have. So we're talking, what, like 6 times the size, basically, of what we've been working with. So with the same working speed, or close to the same working speed, it's going to be done 6 times as fast. I want to say this one's maybe slightly slower as well. This might have been a 9-mile-an-hour working speed. We'll see shortly. But just the expense of a larger one, to me, didn't make sense right now, especially since we're going to need to plant corn in a few months. So basically, I've, in my mind at least, already made pretty much all of the money we're going to make until harvest. We will have a couple of grass harvests, and I might sell off all of the bales we have stacked right now. But I do want to set up a BGA. So once that BGA goes up, it's going to be getting all of our silage. It makes a lot more sense with the way it works to do that as opposed to just selling off the silage bales. I can wind up making much more money that way. So I really don't want to waste all of the money selling bales. And if we went with a bigger seeder right now, it would have wiped out almost all of our funds. And I'm going to have to buy a harvester in a couple months. Okay. So let's get that going. I do have a worker taking it over right away for us. Let's see what our working speed is. 9 miles an hour. It's alright. It's still going to do this significantly faster than our little case here. It's much more suited to field sizes like the one we're on right now. But we are going to need... Let's just hop off and run to it. Where did I move it to? There it is. We are going to need fertilizer on that field as well. So let's take this up that way. I'm not going to start it off yet, because if I do right now, it's going to catch up and traffic jam with the seeder, with the planter. But I can at least take it up there. Did I miss a huge chunk with the lime? I don't think I did. Maybe I went back through and did something else, but oh, you know what? I might have straightened out the top of this field a little. Or come back through with the other. Yeah, your pH is perfect, so I did not miss it with the lime. Okay. I don't know what I did up there. Oh, that's planted. Oh, I started our planter going the wrong way. That's cool. Shut this off, and we need to fix that. Because I don't have enough room to turn around. But that is why I left these very, very large gaps up at the top here, so that we would have plenty of room to turn around. If we don't get stuck on the border of the map. Come on. Come on. Best driver, farm sim 22, I swear. That should be good. Perfect. The other kind of bad thing about this seeder planter, I'm sorry, it's a planter, is it does not do direct drilling. But since it's mainly going to end up being our corn planter, I'm not worried about it. You know what? This needs to get taken to the other side. Sadly, at 26 miles an hour, it's still one of my fastest tractors for right now, I believe. I think that might actually even be faster than the Field Boss goes. But it's electric, and we get electric for free on our fuel generator because of the wind turbines and solar panels. So we basically get this thing a free fuel, which is why I did want to get an electric tractor in here. I am going to need some grass fields. We're probably also going to be doing some cows, hopefully very soon. But I know it's going to take probably about $1 million to $2 million for what I want to do for my cattle setup. And I don't want to take another loan from the bank right this minute because we really might need to do that for our harvester. But let's take a look at our bales real quick. We're at 39%. Oh, let's do some quick math here. What have these been selling at again? I know it's over 400. When I do it down at the train. Silage. 487. Alright, so let's say we're at 480 per 1,000 liters. We have 18. 18. So 54, 64. All right, 64 bales times 67,500 per bale puts us at a whopping 4,320,000 liters of silage. So if we multiply that, no, forget that. We're not going to multiply that. We're going to divide that by 1,000. That'll put us at 4,320 actual sales times 480, let's say roughly, puts us at like 2,073,000. So we do have over 2 million worth of silage. That's making me think about selling it. I know what we're going to do just to have a little bit of fun here. We are going to go get some crows off of the field so that they don't eat all of my seed. Look, no hands! And somehow turning. That looks better. See, it's doing such a good job of scanning them off that they are nowhere to be seen now that I come over here. Ah. Get out of here. Don't care if you're not even on the field. Get out. I'm not seeing any out here. Wait, there was some. Come on, get out of here. Get off the field. Get off the field. but